Well, hello, Tube. Today we have The Secret Lives of Married Women by Elissa Wald. Read this for GarbAugust. Now, Elissa, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly and you stumble upon this video, I did do it for GarbAugust. It's not saying that you or your book is trash. GarbAugust is a reading event where a bunch of YouTubers read trashy novels, and that is not meant derogatory. It's meant to say really entertaining reads that you're not going to find 100 years from now sitting in between Thomas Mann's Magic Mountain and Herman Hesse's Steppenwolf. You're not going to find it sitting in the same classic shelf as Shakespeare. But it doesn't mean that it's not worth reading. It's not mean that it's not worth your time. It does not mean that it's not worth supporting authors. Just a little disclaimer. Just a little disclaimer, because she is still alive. Normally I start my videos out on new to me authors or new to the channel authors. I try to do like a little, just a quick little biography, like birth date, where they were born, where they died. Most of the authors I read are dead. She is not, unless she's not for a very long time. Anyway, awkward. I think when I was looking for like a Wikipedia page or whatever, I stumbled across an article that said that someone with her name and looks a lot like her, and I think I borrowed the picture from my thumbnail from the news article, so I hope it's the same person. I think she donated a kidney to a person in need, just out of the pure kindness of her heart. How amazing is that? That's not something... Sorry, I got new lighting. I'm not sure. I got weird shadows. I need help. I don't know how to do this. Just out of the pure kindness of her heart. How amazing is that? So we know that if it is the same person, I assume it is, that this person is way better than you and me. Let's just put it that way. I haven't donated any kidneys. Have you donated any kidneys? No, I didn't think so. So this is a hard case crime novel. These are a series of hard case crime novels that are put out by this company. And I have absolutely fallen in love with these books, thanks to John Lang, aka Michael Crichton. So I have a whole bunch of these on my shelf, and I thought the perfect time to read these would be, or get the ball rolling anyway on reading these, would be read a whole bunch for GarbAugust. This one is like two novellas put together, like book one, book two, that sort of thing. And they're kind of like almost intertwined, only by the two main ladies are twins. And their stories kind of intertwined, to say. But they're more standalone. Like, you could read one and not the other and not miss anything. And I'm not even sure in the first book, unless it's like mentioned towards the beginning, if we even know that they're twin sisters. It doesn't matter. So the first story is a lady and her, I guess Russian ? I don't remember. I should know this. Husband move across the country to the Pacific Northwest, across the border from Portland, I believe it was. And they bought like kind of like their dream house, you know. They're starting over, and the contractor next door is a total creep ball. Basically, anytime the husband's not around, he's over here sniffing, you know, that sort of a thing. And finally she gets creeped out enough. They kind of hire him to do some work on the house because he's doing it super cheap. And one day he kind of lets himself in, and she finally gets creeped out enough that she tows her Russian husband with a questionable history, and the guy goes missing. And so nobody knows what happened to him. she suspects that her husband and one of his friends or business partners did it, but she doesn't know because she leaves the house, right, while this stuff goes down. And this, I guess, wets her whistle because, like, she gets, like, super into him while she thinks he could possibly be a killer. And then I won't spoil it, but it's got kind of a, I'm not gonna say a bad ending. It's got like a, I don't know how to say it without spoiling it. It's got an ending that's kind of a bummer. We'll just put that. Not bummer in a bad way. It's just you feel sorry for the guy. My one, like, I found the story enjoyable, like, but my one weird complaint about it is that, so they have a young child, and the child kind of seems to come and go. For example, so when the guy breaks in, and I could be wrong, I could have just missed it. That's very possible. But the guy is like, "Go wait in your car. I'll be there, shortly. As soon as I get there, you take off." But I don't remember her like putting the kid in the car. So was the kid still there? And then whatever happened or did not happen, and then the kid was left alone. I don't know. But there's one point too where the kid was like inside the house playing on the floor with something, and she's just chilling on the porch, drinking her coffee or whatever the heck she was doing. Thinking, no new parent does that. Maybe once you have like your fourth or fifth kid and you're just like, I can make another one. Maybe then you'll be like, oh, the baby's fine on the floor while I run to the store for 45 minutes. Nothing will happen, that sort of thing. But a new parent, when you got one kid, man, you're like a helicopter. You are buzzing around that kid 24/7, 365. So that part of it was just kind of like meh. But overall, I say it was a pretty good job. The second story is the risque story, and so the other sister is a lawyer, and she takes on this case of this guy that did some shady business practices. And this guy, he's blind, and he hired this lady as an assistant. This lady is like a sub, like BDSM, like a sub, like she likes pain or whatever. And so she gets a job reading legal documents to this guy. And it's like she's super into it. So I guess like reading legal documents is a form of torture, which is kind of funny. Which, luckily, I don't have a whole lot of experience besides a divorce reading legal documents, but I do say they are not the most exciting thing, and they're filled with errors. You wouldn't think they'd be filled with errors, but they're filled with errors. But anyway, I'm digressing. And so essentially through this weird workplace environment, she's like a prude, right? And so, well, I guess maybe witnessing this weird workplace thing, well, that's not true. Okay, so something happened. I don't want to say what. The guy fires this assistant, right? And so this assistant, the people that are suing this guy, she becomes a witness for him. And so to discredit her, knowing that she is into that stuff and she was like a working girl, she goes undercover to the house that she worked in to kind of get her stuff to throw this lady under the bus. And so her piqued her interest, we'll just say. And then I don't want to spoil it, but then like a little bit later, there was a proposition that she previously had, and she decides that she was going to kind of fulfill this proposition, but you don't know if it's with her husband or with some other man. And I'll tell you what, I'm not going to spoil it, but that was really going to determine whether or not I finished it or trashed it. And I mean, I guess it was the outcome that I was okay with, because I did finish it, which would have been kind of disappointing, because this happened like the second or third of the last chapter. I mean, it happened at the very end of the story. So it would have really sucked to read all that way just to get really angry at the book and then not finish it. But luckily, it didn't go that route. Then you can kind of guess what, guess that's a bit of a spoiler, right? I guess, I'm sorry. But I guess you know what route it went. And she ended up winning her case, and spoiler, oi, I'm just bad at this. And that's it. Now the scene that I spoiled inadvertently was very graphic, but it wasn't like it was graphic, but like all sex scenes are just cringy. They really are. Like, I don't know if it's even possible to write a good sex scene without, just being kind of goofy about it. I will say, so like, for example, I DNF Borderline, that Lawrence Block book, DNF'd it. That was just very uncomfortable, very inappropriate sort of scene. That this isn't like that. Yes, it's graphic. Yes, it's not a usual scenario, but at least this book was between two consenting adults, unlike that Lawrence Block book that hopefully we'll never have to mention again, besides maybe one more time. But so there's nothing wrong with it. I'm trying to say, like, it didn't bother me none. I'm not a huge prude, but if it went the route that I didn't like, yeah, it just was not going to work for me. But it didn't go that route. We're all good. I'm sorry if I spoiled this book for you. I'll try to make sure that I give a warning in the description, or in the title. But overall, I have a bookshop.org affiliate link where this is on back order as the time of this recording. I don't know if they're getting more. I don't know if it's no longer in print or what. But I do have an affiliate link down below where if you do want to try to get this book, they did have some used copies up there. If you use my affiliate link, I get a small commission. I don't know if I do for used copies or not, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me whether I make a commission or not, to be honest. I just make it convenient to my tens of viewers out there. If they want to buy the book, I try to make it convenient for them, for you, for whoever. Buy the affiliate link down below. If you use it, I get a small commission. You get awesome book and no extra cost to yourself. Overall, I enjoyed the book. It's not, the greatest of literature. I don't think it's meant to be. I don't think that's really a for what it's supposed to be, or what I think that she set out to do. It was enjoyable. I didn't hate it. I read it over 2 nights. I think I read 150 pages in the first night and then the rest in the second night. Will I read it again? I don't think there's a reason to. Not because I didn't dislike it, just because I already know the story, and it's not, again, it's not Siddhartha from Hermann Hesse, where, you're going to pick up on a million new things every time you read it. I mean, it's still just a thriller, hard case crime, whatever you want to call it, crime thriller. So it's not like super deep and mind changing and life changing or anything. So I'll probably never read it again. But I managed to ramble on for 15 minutes about it, so that should tell you something, right? So Elissa Wald, I apologize if I mispronounced your name. It's late, I'm tired. This is a train wreck, like all my other videos. I hope that you don't take any offense for me reading your book for GarbAugust, but like I said, it's GarbAugust is out of love. It's not to just try to destroy authors or anything like that. So, have you read The Secret Lives to Married Women? If you have, comment down below. What did you like about it? What did you dislike about it? What I get right? What I get wrong? That's it for this one, peeps. Cheers.